patient to listen to the word. Is that all right? Psalms 15, verse 1. Won't be before you very long. It's amazing how anything that got anything to do with the word offends people nowadays. I said anything that got anything to do with the word offends people nowadays. You can say Jesus too much and folk can get mad. Say amen. I've never seen the likeness of it, but it's the hour that we're living in. Is that right? Get down to the book of Psalms, chapter 15, verse 1. He said, Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? And who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. In whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honor them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt, and what? Changes not. To the book of Psalms 24, in verse 3. Psalms 24, verse 3. Who shall ascend unto the holy hill of the Lord? Who's going to be able to go up and be in that holy hill? Who shall stand in the holy place? You know, the scripture said, when you see the abomination that is desolate standing in the holy place, it's sad that how something that took God's folks' place is standing when we ought to be standing. But who shall be able to stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who have not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord and the righteousness from God, the God of his salvation. To the book of Malachi. I'm going to read this one. There's many more pages popped up in my head. So look at somebody and say fresh. Fresh. To the book of Malachi. And verse 3, chapter 3, verse 1. He said, behold, I send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. The Lord whom you seek. Now watch this. I'm going to send my messenger now. Always, God has a pattern of the way he does things. Like, before the coming of the Lord, God always has a preparation. Like, you know, when a woman get ready to deliver a baby, what they usually do, they take her into the what room? Prep room, right? Everything's usually, person has to get prepared. And there's a reason that things have to get prepared, because sometimes if you get something and you're not prepared for it, it can send you into a shock. You understand what I'm saying? It can send you into a shock. So I'm sending a messenger. I'm sending somebody ahead of time to let you know I'm coming. I'm not going to let you know I'm coming, in other words. So these are some of the requirements that you have to have, because I'm on my way. So I send my messenger before you to prepare the word. John the Baptist said, I'm the voice of one crying in the wilderness, in a wild, untamed, just uncouth situations with things that just out of order, just things that just going bananas, you know. So I send my messenger before me to prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom you seek, say the Lord you seek it. Now I'm going to show you something. The people seeking the Lord, but watch this. This is what happened. We're going to church. We're coming to church, but I mean, really, in actuality, do you think we really want God? Now, I mean, especially this generation, do you think we really want God? I mean, it's an amazing thing. I mean, we really come to church, but if you really coming to get God, you know, it's going to require a sacrifice. But he said, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But, say but who may abide the day of his coming? Who shall stand when he appeareth? How many folk will be able to stand? You know, how many folk will be able to stand when he appears? Watch this now. Who shall be able to stand in his appearance? For he is like a refiner's fire, a fuller's soap. He shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and shall purify the sons of Levi and purge. I was teaching about that down the slide there, about that purging. Like he's going to allow those of understanding to fall so he can try them, purge them, make them white. Well, purging, when you purge something, years ago, old folks used to be called themselves tearing for the Holy Ghost, and they call themselves purging. They said, thank you. And if you don't swallow your spit, it's going to come out somewhere. And so folks just get their spit would just be running all down their face, just being slobbering and stuff. So they call that purging. I mean, say, well, demons is coming out, but I figured if spit was demons, I'd been delivered a long time ago. I'd spit my way straight to glory. Say amen. Say amen. So it ain't that easy. You just can't spit them out. Say amen. But purging is God sends you through a purging. And what purging is a deep cleaning. You get clean, but when you purge something, you're going down to the core. You're going down to the root of the thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just going to clean these people. I'm going to purge them. I'm going to purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in what? Righteousness. To the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 34. Yeah, anyway, in just a minute. Is that all right? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Luke chapter 21, verse 34. Luke chapter 21, verse 34. It said, and take heed. It said, take heed to who? Now, one of the problems that we have, because Satan is such a sabotage, it's easy for me to go to tell Brother Melvin to look at Brother Paul, and Brother Paul ain't right. And if I can get Melvin to take his eyes off of Melvin and make him look at Brother Paul, I got Melvin whooped. Amen. I got Melvin whooped because, see, we're fighting a battle. We're dealing with a battle. We're dealing with warfare. And see, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Y'all listening to me? I said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but the Bible said we put on the whole armor of God that we may be able to withstand all the wiles of the devil. For, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. But if you look at all four of those different things, principalities, powers, rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual, these are four things that can't be seen. You can't see neither one of them. That's how folk, every year, folk are dying and getting electrocuted because they see a wire, and so they grab the wire, but what they don't see is the power. See, if they'd have saw the power, they'd have never touched the wire. See, so you can't see the power. You can't see the principality. See, he's the prince of the power of the what? Air. Of the air. And can you see the air? I'm going to show you how subtle Satan is and how that you have to be on guard. You have to be alert at all times because he's the prince of the power of the air. He deals with the air. He deals with the air. And so you can't see him. You can't see the principality. You can't see the spiritual rulers of the darkness. But if it's darkness, if you close your eyes, you can't see nothing, right? So there are rulers in the dark realm that you're not able to see, and there's spiritual wickedness in high places. So that means that not only is it spiritual, but it's in high places. So all four of these categories are not seen. And so what happens to us, we get in the flesh and we think we won. We don't like this one, and we don't like that one, and this one, and this one. And we look in the flesh, but not knowing that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It's not a fleshly battle. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's not a flesh and blood battle. It's not the wife. It's not the husband. It's not the brother. It's not the sister. It's a demon. It's spirits that's unseen. There's things that are unseen in this world. And that's why people that think they can just do whatever they want to do. Satan can be in your life, on your life. I pray every day, all the time, crying out, asking God, Lord, let me see you like you see me. You know what I'm saying, Lord? Every man is right in his own eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have time to be looking, as a pastor, I'm concerned because I'm given the oversight of the flock. So I have to preach and try to make sure that I preach the word of God to try to help you. Whether you want help or not, it's up to you. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to save myself. At the end of the day, I have to constantly, like Paul said, bring my body under, lest after I preach to others, then I myself become a castaway. So I got to constantly take heed and pay attention to me, because something could be that crept up in my life and unaware. I don't know it. I mean, I can't see pride. I can't see jealousy. I can't, I don't know when these demons are slipping up, right? I know the end result. I know the things that happen after they get there. But a lot of us, we don't see them. So we got to have something to be able to stand. So he said, take heed unto yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. Watch yourself now, because something getting crept up on you and you don't know what's there. You know what I'm saying? Search me, Lord. Search me, Lord. Lord, search my heart. Search deep down inside. If you find anything in me that shouldn't be, now I want you to take it out. Set me free. You understand what I'm saying? Watch. Take heed unto yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and with the cares of this life. Easy. I mean, like the Bible said, the him that is not lifted up unto vanity. See, there's a spirit that's in this hour, this generation here, that literally is making people just get caught up in nothing. Your job is more important. Your money. You got to listen to me, because whenever I preach like this, it offends people, because if I say anything about the job, people listen at the word the way they want to receive it. If they don't want to receive it, then they make it sound crazy. Like, I'm not telling you not to go to work. I'm not telling you not to love your family, but I'm telling you that if anything that's on the face of this earth that you got after you got on the face of this earth really is something that was lent to you, and you just the steward of it. It don't really belong to you. When you came into this world, I don't care how beautiful the little child is. I don't care how handsome the husband is, how beautiful the wife is. I don't care how fabulous the home is. When you come up in this world, you came up in here naked, and after you come up in here, everything you got after that was loaned to you. If you think I'm lying, die and see if you take any child with you, any car with you, any money with you, nothing you have on this earth outside of God belongs to you. But what we do, we get caught up in it. And God is saying, it's not that I don't want you to have a house, because it would be contrary to sound doctrine. I enjoy your blessing, because I want you to prosper and be in good health, and even as your soul prosper. But I want you to enjoy the fruit of your labor, enjoy the wife of your youth. I want you, it's not contrary, but then what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to put this above me. This should never come before. The old books of the Bible were written for our example, for our insight, for our admonition. Why did you write all this stuff? The old books of the Bible were written for our admonition, and I learned it, right? You know what messed Adam up? What messed Adam up is the very thing that can mess a lot of us up. Like I tell folk all the time, and this makes them mad. But the number one idolatry is family. You understand me? If you read your Bible from Genesis to Revelation, what separated Adam from his friend God? What separated it? It wasn't the devil, because the devil didn't even talk to Adam. He didn't talk to Adam, he talked to Eve. But what separated Adam from God? It was his family. What separated Ahab from God? It was his family. You understand me? What caused Jonathan to mess around and have to die like a fool? It was his family. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't write the Bible. I didn't write it, and I didn't write it, but I know the reason for it. When Abraham, you understand me, like I was telling him down in Slide Hill, now listen to me. Anytime a man preaches, you know what's a non-common message anymore? Self-denial. Ain't no more self-denial. Ain't no more crucifixion no more. Don't nobody. Ain't no self-denial. Any self-denial is a cultish, or you know what I mean? It's crazy, because God don't want us. It's all about us. Their preachers are lying over there on the air. They lying. He's the prince of the power of the air. They lying to you. It's not all about you. Nothing is about you. He made everything for his own will, for his own purpose. All things are made by him and for him. It ain't about you. It ain't about you at all. Not about you. You understand what I'm saying? Everything's about him. But he made everything after the counsel of his own will. It's not about you. At the end of the day, it's all about him. If you think I'm lying, stop praising. He said, if you stop praising, the rocks immediately cry out. It ain't about you. It's all about him. I didn't write the book. I didn't write the book. If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow after me. I didn't write the book. If a man love his mother, love his father, love his husband, love his wife, love his children more than me, he not worthy to be mine. I did not write that. I didn't write except a man hate his mother, hate his father, hate his sister and brother, and hate even his. I did not write that. But see, people think that they can come in any other way, and that's why we have murmurs and complaints. That's why we have just regular preachers. We don't have, we don't have kingdom preachers. We don't have kingdom prophets. We don't have kingdom people that are walking in the kingdom realm. I'm talking about the power, the yoke breaking, where Paul I know, Peter I know, Jesus I know, but they don't even know your name because you understand, because you done disqualified yourself, because automatically you understand you putting something before God, and God is not going to have nobody else before him. He's a jealous God. He wants to know. He don't mind you having a family, don't mind you having a job, don't mind you having money, but he wants to know that if I speak to you, now watch this cold-blooded stuff. Now watch this. Ain't this crazy? Now here you can join Uncle Sam's army, right? You understand what I mean? He done married a beautiful wife, and she's 8 months pregnant. I mean, almost 9 months pregnant now. And then here you done married this beautiful woman. And then Uncle Sam, I vow to stand and fight for this country and stand up, you understand? But then Uncle Sam, know your wife is right there in the last months of her pregnancy. You understand? She done went over to the 9 month, her water can bust, but then you get a call and say your commanding officer tell you that you must show up because I got to deploy you overseas to Afghanistan. Do you know what you'll do for man? Now watch this. This stuff grieves God to his heart. This grieves God to his heart. Some of us are fighting, they're fighting in a war. They don't even agree with it. And they're willing to set up and deny themselves. They'll kiss that woman and put their hand on their little stomach and say, baby, I just, I hope I return and come back. And she, listen, she know that he done took a vow. And so she said, baby, I hate you to leave, but I know you got, duty calls. And we can do that for man. But if I preach and tell you that this man is required, because this is not just Christianity, this is soldierhood. No man that warreth entangleth himself in the affairs of this life, that he may please him to be, that have called him to be a good soldier. You understand what I mean? I fought a good fight. I finished my course. I kept the faith. Do you understand what I'm saying? The weapons of our war. What is it always talking about? Soldierhood and weapons. Paul said, you understand? Being a good soldier. What is the soldier? What is he talking about? The army in heaven and the army in earth. What is he talking about? Put on the whole armor. You don't put on the whole armor to go play golf. What is it about? It's warfare. And the reason that many of us are losing the war because we're not sincere in the battle. When you go out there, soldiers that are going out there, they signed up for educational purposes, be all that you can be. So what they wanted to join because they wanted to be a computer technician. They saw the opportunity to go to school, but they didn't know, you understand, that that's one of the opportunities. But if we have to go into war, you got to lay your computer down and pick your gun up. So they didn't really sign up for warfare. They signed up for the benefits. And that's what we do. We sign up for benefits. But we don't know we're signing up for warfare. When you sign on the dotted line, you're signing your life away. So when you say that and I want Jesus in my life, that I want you to I want to be saved. I want your cleansed blood. I want to be saved. You know what you're telling me? I'm in hell jail. I'm in hell jail, and the only way I can get out of this hell jail, I need a bond paid. I need a ransom paid, right? And if those of you have ever been bonded out of jail, your bondsman own you. I say your bondsman own you. Your bondsman can revoke your bond anytime you get ready. Just tell him go pick you up. Tell you what he wants done. Tell you when he wants you to do it. You understand what I'm saying? But now I want you to get me out of this hell jail, this jail hell. You understand what I mean? I want you to get me out. So there's a price that got to be paid to get you out, right? So once I pay the price and get you out, you must understand you no longer your own. You're bought with a what? Right. Well, see, this here word that I'm preaching Yet somewhere in your mind we're so smart. And this is why people are backsliding. This is why people are giving up. This is why people are going into perversion. This is why people are going into any kind of way and anything is right, and you making your own rules and regulations and stipulations and doing what you want. And there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You can't do your own thing. Do you understand? This Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father except he what? You got to come by me. You can't just come up any kind of way. If you come up any other way other than through the door, you come up as a thief and a what? Wait a minute, there's some folk that come in, they done got it in there, they done ease their way in, but the sad part about it, you understand, the chief of the thieves, the chief of the thieves, you understand, he know this is a costume party. He knows that this is a costume party, and when you come up in there, you done got in, but you ain't got no wedding garment. See, you in there, but you ain't got your garment on. You ain't got the garment on. You ain't got the garment, the wedding garment, that garment that makes you one. That garment that makes you one. 2 can be different, 3 can be different, 4 can be different. 1 can't be different. If you're going to be one with him, you understand? As when a man joins himself into a harlot, they two shall become one. When a man joins himself into his wife, they two shall become one. I'm not speaking of husband and wife, I'm speaking of Christ and the church. When you join yourself under him in that one spirit, you become one. So you can't be different than him. So if he's suffering, if he suffer, you suffer. If he's rejected, you're going to be rejected. So, if he's hated, you're going to be hated. You understand what I'm saying? If he has to do always the things that please the Father, then you have to do it. And see what's wrong with us, we want to do something else. And listen to what I'm getting ready to preach. Here we go. And he said these words. He said, take heed to yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, with drunkenness, and with the cares of this life, so that day come upon you what? Look at most folk right now. Folk ain't praying no more. Folk ain't fasting no more. Folk ain't seeking after God no more. Folk ain't, listen, it's one thing. If I can't fast, can you consecrate? Is there a consecration? Is there a life that you live in that you're literally fasting? You're literally denying yourself of some privileges and some pleasures that you would normally have. I'm just a life to deny yourself and bring yourself up under subjection, right? You don't have that no more. Focus. Everything's more important. You can go to every function. You can go to everything that deals with the flesh. But when it comes to God, we're in that hour. We're in that hour. We're in that hour that the time will come that men will not endure sound doctrine. You can't preach nothing to nobody no more. Folk get offended. Folk get offended. I'm preaching nothing but word right here. Am I talking word? I'm just talking word. I'm just telling you what the man say. You understand? You got to take up your cross. Where's the cross? Where's the cross? Who's bearing the cross now? We set up and compromise and get around compromising folk and to help us compromise and give us reasons to compromise. And we set up and have folk licking on our wounds and patting us. Man, listen, let me tell you something. You're gonna have to man up. You have to man up. See, we being tried. Over 2 million people came up out of Egypt land, right? 2 million people came up out of Egypt land. 600,000 men of war. Ain't it sad that only 2 of the original, over 500,000 men, not there might have been other men, but 600 men of war. There was a mixed crowd, so there was other folk came out. But just think of the ratio, the numerical ratio of all of those people. There are only 2 men. 2 men. After the wilderness experience, after all of the turmoil, only 2 men qualified to go into the promise. Many are called, few are what? Chosen. Look at the thing. Some of us right now, we so carnal, we get in the flesh, our attitude and our stability. You know what I'm saying? We up, we down, we in, we out, we sad, we glad, we happy, we mad. I'm on fire. I done lost my fire. I'm ready to go on for God. Now I don't want to. Look at this bipolar schizophrenia. See, a double-minded man is what? Unstable in all his ways. So don't let that unstable man think that he shall receive what? Amen. Let me not say it again. How what? Amen. Did I say it or he said it? So that means you ain't going to get nothing. Don't set up in here. Thank you. I don't care what kind of preaching you think you are. I don't care what prophecy you think you are. You ain't going to get nothing. Everything you got is going to be humanistic. It's going to be man-made. But the real anointing, God is not going to pour nothing in your heart until he sees that you're committed. And he said, the cares of this life, so that they come upon the unawares. 35th verse. For a snare shall come upon them that dwell, all them that dwell on the face of this whole earth. Look, somebody said there's a trap. And so traps always got to be set. Look at your neighbor said it ain't a devil thing. I'm going to check you. I'm going to send you through something because I'm not putting nothing in nothing that I don't think will be able to withstand the pressure. I'm not going to put nothing in nothing that I don't think will be able to stand the pressure. He said, watch. Now, hear this one right here. Watch. Ye therefore, and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all of these things that shall come to pass. And, now, let me show you something. We prophesy in part. I prophesy in part. I know in part. I prophesy in part. I don't know 75% of this Bible. Somebody said, well, Mom, I don't know 75% of this Bible. There's so much of this stuff in this Bible I don't know. But the little bit of that I do know, you offended. The little bit, the part that I do know, you offended. I ain't coming back to that church no more. That devil ain't nothing. I mean, just a little word I quote. Now, what makes you think that you're going to be able to stand before the pure, 100% spirit without measure word? What makes you think that you're going to be able to stand? That's why I'm sending somebody before you to prepare. Because if you can't run with the footstool, what you going to do when the horseman get in? I'm talking about you get offended if just the little scriptures I quote. The little bitty scriptures and hear this. I'm talking about the Son of Man. I'm talking about the word itself. The spirit without measure. You ashamed of me. That's some of you won't even call me your pastor when you go out. You ashamed of me before men. What do you think you're going to do when he shall appear? These preachers is tricking this church watch. They're tricking them. And we talk about we want to be sons of God. To be sons of God mean exactly what it means, a son of God. With his full DNA. We want to drink, we want to smoke, we want to party, we want to go to casinos, we want to homemonger, we want to fornicate, we want to be homosexuals, we want to be lesbians. In the name of the Lord. In the name of the Lord. We want to be liars, we want to be thieves, we want to be robbers. We want to be backbiters in the name of the Lord. Now, this kind of gospel here in this generation is called fussing. It's called throwing off. It's never the gospel now. No more the gospel. No more the gospel because folk now got their own way of doing things. So if you don't preach it the way they want it, then it's fussing. It's throwing off. But a lot of you preachers, if you don't make changes in your ministry, you'll stand before God with blood dripping from your hand. If you don't make changes in your ministry, you'll stand before God a disqualified preacher. I'm not telling you you got to get up and cry against homosexuals and drunkards every service. But there's other perversion. There's other things. There's other things that we're dealing with. There's other spirits that are, and what it is, the preacher, the Bible said in the book of Romans 13 that the minister does not bear the sword in vain. If you come up in here, you know I got a sword in my hand. Is you crazy? If you already know I got a sword in my hand, I got a killing tool in my hand, and you going to walk up on me, and I'm swinging the sword, and then you get mad because you done got sliced? Isn't it crazy? You know, but McCoy swinging the sword. I'm not sitting up here bad cake and book and you know, you can do your thing and this is Burger King, you can have it. Well, I'm slinging a sword, but I'm slinging it every way I can. I'm slinging it everywhere I can. I'm cutting meat. By the time I get finished preaching, I'm blood dripping all down. My little, y'all don't hear me. I'm bleeding like I don't what, because while I'm cutting myself. And I'm not just preaching to you, I'm preaching to myself. Let the husbandman be first partake of the fruit. You understand? So I'm cutting all on me. I'm bleeding while you bleeding. But you think I'm just cutting you. But I'm not preaching for a living. I'm preaching to live. This is Paul said, woe be unto me if I preach not the gospel. You understand? Because if I don't, then a dispensation of the gospel will be given unto me. Y'all listening? We have in church? So the man said, that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man. Last and final scripture I'm almost through. I ain't got much. It's over here. Ephesians chapter 6. And begin reading to you from birth. Ephesians 6. I'm ready to get out of here already. See what I'm talking about? In verse 10. Ephesians 6 and 10. It's all right. I ain't lying, boy. They gonna, you know what folk gonna need in a minute? You know what they're gonna need in a minute? If you read in the book of Revelation, there's some horses. Some of them horses is gonna bring famine. Some of them horses is gonna bring plagues. Some of them horses is gonna bring death. Some of them horses gonna bring famine, but some of them horses are gonna take the peace out of the earth. There's no peace. You'd be surprised at folk what they got to take to go to sleep and what they got to do to just have peace. The anxieties, the frustrations, the demons, the torment, the things that are plaguing them, the stuff you ain't seen nothing. See, God doesn't let the devil loose on purpose, because see, people playing with him. You can't whoop what you can't see. So folk losing the battle, folk backsliding, folk coming up, they want to go to a church that will justify what they're doing, because see, they so want to be saved, but their flesh is so out of order and it's so out of hand and it's so slick and conniving that their flesh will trick you and take you into a delusion. It'll take you somewhere where it's got a delusional preacher that's blind, you know what I'm saying? And the blind lead the blind and they all fall in the ditch. The Bible said it's the leaders of my people that have caused them to err. If this gospel be hid, is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the mind of them that believe not, lest the light of this glorious gospel should shine on them and they should believe and be delivered. But see, people are blinded, so this flesh will take you to a church that'll accommodate you, that'll suffice your shacking up. Know that you've been living with that man for the last 15, 20 years, but he's not your husband, but something got you where you can come to church and just shout and operate and function and just operate and just do whatever you want to do. And then, you know, somebody made you feel like, you know, you okay because God understands. But then I heard this little thing in the word said, be ye holy for I'm holy. I heard this little thing said, you understand that the hand of the Lord is not shorter that he cannot save. Neither is his ear heavy that he cannot hear. But your sins have separated you from your God, and your iniquities have caused God to hide his face. The little thing that says, you understand that no whoremonger, no fornicator, no effeminate person, no liar, no covetous individual shall have any inheritance in the kingdom of God. You understand? The Bible said, let no man deceive. This I'm not talking. He said, let no man deceive you by any means. You understand? The Bible said by any means that you can do whatever you want. He said, but because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. You understand? That if you willfully sin after you've come into the knowledge of the truth, some of us know better. We know better, man. We know better than what we're doing. But because we're in a generation that preachers and everybody was condoning and accommodating, and it's all right because this don't have to do this and that don't have to. Where did you get the authority? Where was you at when God said, when God spoke this word? Where were you at when they penned this? Where were you at when men that was inspired by the anointing of the Holy Ghost, wrote the Bible as if it were inspired by the unction of the Holy. Where were you at then? How can you ever change the word of God when already said that the word of God is forever settled in the heaven and the scriptures cannot be broken? You understand what I mean? Whatever happened to it? Whatever happened to follow peace with all men and holiness without which no man? Whatever happened just to the 10 Commandments? Whether that thou shalt not have no other gods before me. You understand what I mean? What in the world are you? What in the world is your God to me? Is it your wife? Is it your husband? Is it your children? You got to understand them things that I gave them to you. They are not they're not the top priority. You understand what I'm saying? I am your top priority. Do you understand? Wait a minute now. You got that house. You just got that new car. You just got that promotion. You get got money in the bank. You got a check coming. Y'all not listening to me. You understand what I mean? You got that house on the hill. This immaculate, luxurious house. You got 4 or 5 cars in the driveway. You got this handsome man, this fine woman. All of these little beautiful kids running around. But you ain't caught the wisdom yet. You think that stuff is important, but the Bible says when God formed man from the dust of the ground, he breathed upon man, and man became a living soul. Y'all not listening what he's saying. Jesus breathed upon his disciples and said, be ye filled with the Holy Ghost. The Bible said, listen, God giveth to all men life, breath, and all things. Nobody hear me. Then he broke down and he said a little something. He said, let every, now this is what I'm saying. You sitting around here, somebody got to beg you. You sitting around here, call yourself just on top of the world. He said, let everything, I don't care if saint, sinner, hypocrite, liar, pervert, let everything that have breath, you understand, praise the Lord. If you're breathing today, if you're breathing right now, you understand what I'm saying? Wait a minute. It ain't your job, it ain't your house, it ain't your car, it ain't your money. You understand what I mean? If God snatched the simple thing out of your lungs, if God snatched the simple thing, you understand? Thank God for the business. Thank God for the blessings he bestowed. You understand? But if God snatched your breath from you today, and your baby you just gave birth to will not have a mother, that handsome man, that handsome woman you may be engaged to, that you may be looking for the future, that's something you want to do. God take the breath from you today. It won't mean nothing. Do you understand what I mean? In him you live, you move, you have your being. But what we done done, look at us. We're committing idolatry. Wonder why we're not able to stand. Wonder why we don't have no standard. We don't have the resilience. We don't have no fortitude. Everything breaks us down. Look at us. You understand what I'm saying? You look at the people today. You understand everything come before God. God take your breath from you. You will never get in another car and ride down the street to another job. God take the breath from you. You will never go to another mall to shop for school clothes again. God take the breath from you. You will never be able to sit down and balance another checkbook. God take the breath from you today. Look what we've done. We got caught up in vanity. But what's more important? What do you want? What is it worth to you? What does it mean? I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a woman. I sought for a man. I sought for a woman that will stand in the gap, that will make up the hedge, that will say, Lord, I count not my life dear unto me. But Lord, whatever you want, Lord, not my will, but thy will be done. Where can I find? Can I find a man? Can I find a woman? They say, Lord, take the man, take the woman, take the perversion, take the sin. God, use me, Lord. Use me, Jesus. Use me, God. If people dying, I got loved ones, I got people connected to me on their way to hell, Lord. Lord, I want you to use me. I want to be a willing, yielding. I want to be a willing, yielding vessel, Lord. Whatever you want, Lord, can you tell me like Abraham to leave your country? Abraham, wait a minute. He was a wealthy man. He was a rich man, he was a rich man, to listen to me. He was a wealthy man. So that meant he was doing something to get wealth when God spoke to him. He was doing something to be prosperous when God spoke to this man and told him to leave. Wait a minute now. He was a wealthy man when God spoke to him. So he didn't just get wealth, something he was doing that accumulated the wealth. So God spoke to the man and told him to come out from the country. you, come out from your kindred, and I will show you a land, and I will afterward, I will give you a land that I will afterward show you. I will give you a land. You going, you don't know where you're going. You got an establishment, you got a business, you got a wife. You hear me what I'm saying? And I'm telling you to go. I'm telling you to go. How many folk today can God tell you to go? You too connected. You know what folk can't sell out to God because it's going to cost your life. Are you willing to die for the name of the Lord? Are you willing to die? You willing to die for sin? You willing to go to hell for sin? But how many folk today are willing to die for the name of the Lord? You know why we can't die? You know why it's so hard to die? Because we got too much to live for. We got too much to live for. But when you realize that what you got is not what you got. What you got is not what you got. What you got is not what you got. You have seen folk die. Death after death after death. And they not even in the grave. And the kinfolk are fighting already over what they had. What they thought they had. What they thought the children are set up squabbling. Going to court. Going to probate court. Fighting. They ain't even there. They even in the ground. You understand what I mean? And they're fighting over what they had. You understand the Koch, one of the Koch brothers died just the other day. There was not millionaires. There were not billionaires. Look at it in the paper. They call them trillionaires. You understand what I mean? You know what his family said? He wanted to live just a little longer. But your money cannot stop you. Your money, y'all better hear me. When God snatched that breath from you, there ain't nothing you got. Money can't buy your life. Money can't buy your love. Money can't buy your peace. Money can't buy you no time on the face of this earth. And God said your time is up here. You understand what I mean? I'm saying today may be your time. You may walk out of here today and a straight bullet from down the block. You may go to Walmart and a bullet just want to be in a star. It'll be in the papers. Call up and kill you and your child. You don't know. You may go to a restaurant and don't know and catch food poisoning and you playing with God. You understand? We walking over hell on toilet paper. Don't know. Don't have a clue how easy for it to you to lift up your eyes in hell. I know hell ain't a popular message. I know hell. Folk ain't talking about hell no more. You understand what I mean? I know folk ain't talking about it. You got to live right. I know hell ain't nothing. I know they ain't crying out against sin. But God got some folk in this hour. You understand? Ain't taking the message. God got some folk in this hour that's putting the trumpet back to the mouth. Crying loud. Stand up. Lifting up their voice like a trumpet in Zion. And showing God's people their transgression. And the house of Jacob they said, God got some non-conformers. God got some men. It don't matter if they but two folk up in here. I'm not trying to preach for popularity. I don't care about no crowd. Y'all count the numbers. Y'all count the numbers, preachers. Y'all count the numbers. Y'all think numbers is success. How many y'all count the numbers? But how many of the numbers count? How many of the folk count? There was over 2 million Jews, but only 2 of them counted. There was 32,000 men for Gideon, but only 300 counted. There was 70. There was over 5,000 men, not including the women and the children, but only 120 went into the upper room. Where you gonna be? Where you gonna be? Can you make the cut? Are you gonna be able to stand? You can't take my word. You can't take what I'm preaching. You get offended. If I say family, you get hurt. If I say job, you get hurt. If I say money, you get hurt. But what about the word? If you can't run with me, when he comes, where are you gonna go? Oh, you do. Amen, amen. If you get right out here, I tell you what. He said, put on the whole armor. Let me go back. Put on the whole armor. Put on the whole armor. Now you got to listen. You ain't never seen so many folk get ready to give up. They're going to give up, and they have to give up because you cannot stand without God. Who going to be able to abide? Who going to be able to stand in the hill of the Lord? Who going to be able to stand in the holy place? Who going to be able to abide? Who's going to be able to abide? Them that walk uprightly. Them that they backbite it not. Them that swear to their own hurt and change not. Finally, my brother. Finally, my brother. Be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord. What do you mean? In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. The same as that. You know what? Man, let me tell you something. I told God, I said, Lord, you got to help me. I said, help me. It's hard to find a preacher nowadays preaching like this anymore. I'm not preaching it and want to live it anymore. I'm not a folk preaching, but it's cold-blooded how you can preach it and your conscience so seared that you can handle the word of God and preach it, but you yourself don't live it. You got to be messed up. No conviction, no nothing. We preach and we prophesy, get up, no conviction, no nothing. Prophecy got gifts of so-called and just laying hands on everybody and just messed up and no crime, no nothing. You don't even understand there is a thing called a reprobate mind. That's a reprobate mind. That's a mind that God put a seal on it to make it where it can't receive the word. It can come to church, but he'll put up a block that that person can't get nothing, won't nothing go in. He'll make sure that something is said on purpose to offend that person and make their dukes go up so that that person will not receive the rest of the word. I give them eyes, but they can't see. I give them ears, but they can't hear. Let's hearing and seeing and be converted, and I should heal them. I don't want to heal them. I don't want to save them. I want them damned and I want them to go to hell. I want them fitted. Do you understand? There are those that are fitted. There are those that are fitted for destruction. You hear what I'm saying? There are those that are ordained unto eternal life. There are those that are vessels of honor and vessels of dishonor. You understand what I mean? There are the Esau's. There are those that are born, you understand, to die and go to hell. Esau have I hated. Jacob have I loved. You understand what I mean? There are people that right there in the church say, damn, there were people in heaven, y'all don't give it. There were people in heaven. There were people around the throne, around the globe that said right there, let somebody ill affect them in the presence of the Almighty God. You can't be that close to God and see that much of God's glory, that much of God's wisdom, and think you can get cast out of heaven and lose your first estate and think you can just walk back in. You understand what I'm saying? And walk back in. Do you understand what I'm saying? You cannot just walk back in after you've been in the presence of God. Do you understand? After you've been in God's presence, you ain't gonna be able to do that. So what God did, you walking around here and you seeing my glory. You walking around in worship, unfiltered. We worship God through the flesh. I'm talking about straight God. And you don't let somebody in heaven with a spirit of pride, with a spirit of jealousy, to ill affect you and make you feel that there's another way in heaven, with all of this splendor, with all of this glory, with all of this power. You don't want to be saved. So when God cast them out of heaven, he didn't just cast them out of heaven. He didn't just cast them out of heaven. He cast them out of heaven and reserved them. He put them in everlasting chains of darkness. You know what that means? They'll never come out of the chains. They'll always be in darkness. And we sit around with musicians. We got attitudes and spirits and demons. We don't want to pray. You don't know your job, do you? Every service. You understand? I was saying how there was a song and it said, Lord, make me over again. Oh, listen to that song. Lord, make me over. But if you got real discernment and you can hear the homosexual voice coming through that song. When I said this is a song, look at it, listen at that word coming through it. Listen at homosexual spirit coming through it. That's a demon singing a song. Why would a demon be singing worship songs to God? Why would a demon be singing songs under God, Lord? Fall is not the failure. Make me over again, Lord. But why would you be singing? Why would you say, make me over again? Because the devil knows that God loves praise. He knows that God loves praise. So he's going to do everything he can to praise God. Hopefully I can change his mind. Satan comes to church every time you come. And when he realizes, once he gets here and realizes he's stuck in darkness. So what he does, you didn't have a headache before you got here. Your back wasn't hurt before you got here. You slept straight 8 hours. And when you get here, all of a sudden you want to go to sleep. All of a sudden you agitate. What in the world you think it is? What do you really think it is? If the devil was in heaven and Judas was with Jesus, when the devil is in the house, the kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. When it's planted, it grows into the largest of all herbs and the fowls of the air. The kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. It's the smallest of all seeds. But when it's planted, it grows into the largest of all herbs and the fowls of the air large in it. Then instead of sowing, went out to sow. When he sowed seed on the wayside, then instead of leaving, and immediately the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. What is this? These are they that heard the word, and immediately the devil came, snatched it out. So that means that the kingdom, there's demons in the kingdom, there's demons in the house. Then instead of saying there's spirits in the house. So the musicians, the praise team, you need to be anointed. Why? Your job, anytime the glory, the anointing is to come forth before the glory, the anointing for the ark of the covenant come. You send Judah. You send Judah. You always send Judah ahead. You send Judah ahead. You send praise ahead. Now look at God lives. He inhabits the praise. So if the musicians and the praise team get anointed, you can drive the devil out of here. You can drive a headache out. You can drive a backache out. You can drive a tiredness out. You don't get to wait till I get up to get your miracle now. I got to come and sing another song. You know what's going to happen? I'm tell you. Understand, let me show you how powerful Saul was demon possession. There were preachers around here. There were musicians, magicians around here. There were folk around here. You understand me? But you know what got him delivered? A little shepherd boy. Hallelujah. With a harp in his hand. That boy didn't come in with a bottle of oil. That boy would come in the room and go to play on a string instrument. That's why I love strings. There's something about them strings. There's something about them strings. And when they boy with the hitting them strings, them devils went to jumping off of Saul. Y'all know they killing what I'm saying. But against it, if they could do it then, then who's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He told the musicians to prophesy. You understand what I mean? You can get on your instrument and prophesy now. We got to have demons. We got to be half-hearted. We got to be two-faced. We got to be trail-hearted. You understand? We get up and sing. I'm just saying. I don't really want to sing. No! Don't get up and sing if you don't want to be a warrior. No! Don't get up and play if you don't want to be a warrior. No! We don't know if I'm hurting. We don't know if I'm tired. I sing when my throat is hurt. I play when my back is hurt because I'm a warrior. I'm playing the devil. Y'all better hear me. Is there anybody in the house that want to be delivered? Let it be a song. You sing. You get up and say, I don't feel like saying. You mean you don't feel like getting nobody delivered? We don't feel like saying it. We understand much. We don't feel like it. But guess what? I'm a warrior, God. I said I'm a warrior. I said I'm a warrior. I said I'm a warrior. You understand what I'm saying? I got to go when my God I don't feel like going. You know what a soldier do? I said, you know what a soldier do? You know what a soldier do? I said, you know what a soldier do? He could be wounded. Just a minute. He done got shot in the leg. He done got shot in the leg. But he still got his gun in his hand. We can see another soldier that got wounded but he can't move. He'll take with a bullet in his leg. He got a gun in one hand. He'll put the other soldier on his back. They don't hear me what I'm saying. He's walking with a soldier on his back with a bullet in his leg. They don't hear me what I'm saying. He's carrying weight. He's carrying the burden, but still willing to shoot. They don't hear me what I'm saying. Who gonna be able to stand? Who gonna be able to stand? We can't stand nobody talking about you. We can't stand nobody lying on you. We can't stand nobody betraying us. We can't stand nobody not wanting to cooperate with you. They not gonna cooperate. You got to stand alone. You got to fight alone. You got to fight alone. You will have to pray alone. You got to live alone. Y'all don't hear me. When God called Abraham, he called him alone and he blessed him. You got to fight alone. You got to live alone. Save yourself from this untoward generation. Can't stand nothing. Can't stand the word. Can't message, repent, you will leave the church. Can't take nothing. Can't take nothing. Can't take nothing. Can't take open rebuke. Can't take nothing. Some of y'all come out of churches where the preacher rebuked you every service. But you just went there. Y'all don't care what I'm saying. When you get up on the brother McCoy, and I'm trying to preach it in love, you can't take nothing. Just buckling up under the pressure. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a trap that's being set. There's a trap that's being set. Only those that are wholehearted, only the Joshuas and the Canaans, only those that follow after him with a pure heart are going to be able to say, you know what I want? I want somebody, my God, that they got knocked all the way down. You know what I want? I want somebody sick as a dog. You know what I want? I want somebody that got so much birds, but got so many loads on. You know what I want? I want somebody that thought they relied on you, but they betrayed you, and so they paying for sook you. You know what I want? I want them kind of folk that will come to church, hallelujah, and all that hell that they've been going through in their life. Y'all don't care what I'm saying. If I need somebody to preach, then instead of me, every time I look around, then instead of brother stop me, you need a preacher, you need a preacher, you got a preacher. I said, did you just preach the other day? He said, I got my pistols caught. I'm ready to preach again. What do you mean? Oh, you just went through hell. You just told me about a child that you just went through, and then it messed you up, and caused the stuff to go through your house. He said, I ain't thinking about that. He understand if I preach, I can preach myself out of it. I can preach myself through it. Y'all better kill me what I'm saying. You know the best preacher, you know the best singer, you know the best prophet, those that can preach under pressure, those that can sing under pressure, those that can live under pressure. You know the folk can pay their tithes and get their offerings. It's the one that can give under pressure, that can shine under pressure, that can testify under pressure. We shall be able to shine. Isn't anybody in the house that'll be able to stand? For God I live, and for God I stand. For God I live, and for God I stand. For God I live. You understand? And when I'm looking up, I'm looking for somebody who can operate under pressure. Never think lie on you. Never think talk about you. But keep on there. Well, keep going. Let us tell you, I'm going to touch your house. I'm going to touch your body. I'm going to touch your children. I'm going to do stuff to you that ain't a devil thing. I want to remind you of something. And I want you to remember it. I want you to remember the kind of stuff that I do. I want you to remember the kind of stuff that I do. And instead of I do, I send folk to hell. I send them to hell. Not for 4 days, not for 4 months, or 4 weeks. I'll send you to hell for 40 years. I'll send you to a trial. And ain't nobody going to pull you out of it. Ain't nobody going to sing you out of it. Ain't going to be anointed oil. Ain't going to be the prayer cards. You're going to go through this trial. And you know what I'm going to do it for? I'm going to do it to humble you. I'm going to do it to humiliate you. And then I'm going to do it to prove you. And then I'm going to do it again to make you know and understand. And man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Doth man live? Do you understand? When I'm going to send you too far, you're going to learn obedience to the things that you suffer. You got to understand. Guess what I'm going to choose you at? I'm not going to choose you. I don't have to go look at Avenue on Peaches and Queen Boulevard. I'm going to choose you in the furnace of affliction. I'm going to choose you when the back is up against the wall. I'm going to choose you when you done lost your husband, lost your wife, or like to lost your cotton picking mind. I'm going to choose you when your finances are balancing 000. I'm going to choose you when you're so lonely that if you say a word, it'll echo around the room. I'm going to choose you. Y'all better keep it what I'm saying. I'm talking about somebody that say, Lord, it don't make no difference, Lord. I can tell you, I can take losing a wife, losing a husband, losing children, even losing friends. But whatever you do, David, not David, Darryl McCoy, whatever you do, David, I'm excusing. Whatever you do, Darryl McCoy, whatever you do, Lord, take not thy Holy Spirit away from me. Whatever you do, God, cast me not away from your presence, oh God. This is what suffer with him. I'm going to reign with him. Where are those today that going to make a stand? Where are those today that are going to make a stand? You can't make a stand without the whole armor. You can't make a stand without that word. You can't make a stand without the Holy Ghost. You can't make a stand without that word in there. You got to have the Holy Ghost. You got to have that word. Without that word, you're going to fall. Without that word, you're going to lose your mind. But I'm kept by the power of God. I'm kept by the power of God. You shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost. Who's going to be able to stand? It's all right. Bunch of cowards. Bunch of two-faced and double-minded. And remember now, this is what's going to make you always put your mouth on people, because you ain't going to be able to get nothing. And you're going to watch the soldiers. There's going to be some folks so sold out to God. They don't care nothing about no money. They just don't want to lose Jesus. They don't care nothing about no house, no car, no fame, no name. They just don't want to lose Jesus. They don't want to lose Jesus. I can take everything. I sleep at the bus station. I can take a bath at that dog. Just I don't want to lose Jesus. I don't care, but them are the folk, them are the Solomons, them are the people, Lord. What do you want? Listen, I ain't thinking about a house. Give me your wisdom, your knowledge, and understanding. Give me your discernment that I may be able to go in. I'm praying all morning. Woke up this morning, give me wisdom. Give me the utter the right words to your people. Help me to be able to lead down, to be able to lead your people, Lord. Give me a word, Lord. Give me a word to be able to guide your people. Don't let me mislead them. Don't let me misdirect them, Lord. Don't let me misguide them, Lord. Don't let me say nothing that's going to cause them to stumble, Lord. But give me a word that's going to make them fall on their knees and not seek after fame in the name, but seek after fame, Lord. But give me a word that's going to cause them to cry out, what must I do to be saved? Give me a word that's going to cause them to cry out for the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness. Give me a word that will give me bring them on sound. Give me your wisdom, knowledge, discernment, that I may be able to go in and out. I'm not saying greater people as these. But wait a minute, sound. Hold it, baby. Hold it. You mean to tell me I'm God, baby? And listen, I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not your cow. But Koch brothers, understand me? I'm Mr. Buffett. I own everything. But you mean to tell me that you asked me for wisdom and knowledge? You didn't ask me for the money. You didn't ask me for fame in the name. You didn't ask me to kill your enemy. He said, man, hold it just a minute. The Bible said that prayer, the speech pleased God. The speech pleased God. And God looked at Solomon and said, guess what? This is what moves me. The old books are written. It'll show you what it won't, show you what it don't want. It'll show you what it like and show you what it don't like. But instead of me, the speech pleased the man. He said, Solomon, he said, guess what I'm going to do, baby? I'm going to give you everything you asked for. But guess what? Because you didn't want no money, because you didn't want no fame, because you didn't want no name, I'm going to give you everything you didn't ask for. So that showed me. Solomon was seeking for the king. He was seeking for the wisdom. He was seeking for God. And when God told Solomon, you didn't ask for it, and I'm going to give it to you. But listen, I'm going to give it to you because you didn't want it. I'm going to give it to you because I know I can give it to you and it won't take you away. I'm going to give it to you. It wasn't the riches in the world. It was women. Y'all don't care what I'm saying. It was some other body. There was another body. There was another kin person. There was a familiar friend. There was somebody that he was one with. It wasn't the money that got Solomon. It wasn't the riches that got Solomon. It was some familiar somebody. I'm telling God today, God, don't let me get further down the road. But some familiar somebody take me away. I had a dream yesterday. And in the dream, I was doing something. But all of a sudden, hallelujah, it looked like something did. But all of a sudden, it wasn't God, but it was a spirit. They said, you dropped the ball again. You dropped the ball again. You dropped the ball again. I come up out the dream. I said, God, please, don't let me drop the ball again. Don't let me fail again, God. Don't let me do it again, Lord. Don't let me drop the ball again, God. I started crying. God said, son, you're kept by the power of God. You ain't gonna drop the ball this time. You ain't gonna drop the dropping the ball. Comes to something familiar. It's all right. God will take this church. If he can't get Gulfport, if he can't get Biloxi, they're going to come in from Atlanta. They're going to come in from Texas. They're going to come in from Alabama. They're going to come in from Georgia. If God, he said, the children of the kingdom that had an opportunity, I'm going to cast them out. See, sometimes we get so close to love till we take love for granted. We abuse love. And I'm not saying this in a racial way, but black people, we don't understand kindness. We do not understand somebody loving you and caring for you and doing over and above. For in your mind, it's like see, because we got this mentality that was put in us through slavery, like, I'll get you before you get me. Well, everybody ain't trying to get you. So what we do with that mentality, we get folks that ain't trying to get us, and then we blow an opportunity. Then when you realize you done blew an opportunity, now you got to make the person look like a dog because you blew an opportunity trying to get over, trying to do some petty stuff. You sit up there and got $1,000, and the person looking at you like they want to give you $100,000, but you petty because I got to get mine. I got to get you before you get me. Look at the attitude. Look at how we eat and bite and devour one another. You understand what I mean? This jealous, this demon, this spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Look at it. But there's some folk that is highly protected. There's some folks like explosions. You understand what I mean? They like TNT. They're highly protected. There's some folk you get around them. You can do them once. You can do them twice. But you'll curse yourself every single time. You'll find yourself in a rut. You'll find yourself in a rut. You got to listen to me. You'll find yourself in a mess. There's somebody in here today. You get ready to drop the ball. I gave you an opportunity, but you don't drop the ball. That spirit in that drink said you dropped the ball again. I come up out that drink crying. I come up out that drink and say, God, whatever you do, don't let me drop the ball again. I dropped the ball before. I don't know about you, but I dropped the ball before. I don't know about you, but I can't afford it. I can't afford what people say and what people do and to get to my spirit and have me not doing what I need to do. I can't afford that because you don't want to be committed. For me to come in here and grab the microphone and grab my guitar and do stuff because you have doing yours and you don't want to. I can't drop the ball this time. I can't, cause of my body, my voice didn't feel like it was wanting to act right today. I can't drop the ball. Whatever little voice I got, I'm going to use it. If I ain't got nothing but a whisper, I'm going to whisper under the anointing. If I can't play but one string, I'm going to play that one string like I'm playing a 12 string. If I can't sing with one note, and ain't no variations, ain't no runs, I just sing that one note. Because it ain't the note, it ain't the string, it's the anointing. But the reason many of us, with everything we got, all the stuff we got, all the voice and everything, ain't no yokes being destroyed. Because there ain't no anointing. Let not that man think that he shall receive anything. Some of you in here today. Some of you in here today. You're getting ready to go through the worst trial of your life. Because I preach on family, you get offended. What Bible do you read? When I preach on the cares of this life and no man that warreth and taketh himself and the cares of this life, but what Bible do you read? That I'm a jealous God and I'll have no other God before me. What Bible are you reading? What Bible? If you was to go through half the stuff that I've been through, just say not Georgia, not Florida, not Alabama, just the stuff I've been through, not New Orleans, but the stuff I've been through in Gulfport. Y'all because we done backslid a long time ago. Just the stuff that I've had to go through in this city. But remember now, you ain't dealing with a Christian. You're dealing with a soldier. I don't preach for you. I don't sing for you. I preach and do everything I can just to live. If you don't want to drop the ball today, if you done dropped it before and you don't want to drop it again, I want you to run to these altars like you've lost your life. No, don't walk. Don't let nobody get your place. The closer you get, the better that Lord go forward. Run, get close. Get around here, Lord. Get around. Get close. Father, in the name of Jesus, Father, I speak a miracle. Father, I speak a miracle up in this place today, Lord. God, of these people, there's some folk can't fall on their knees no more. That's that reprobation, but God, there's another level that didn't get to tell them, Lord. There's another realm, God, you might be able to open up their mind being a reprobate. But there's another spirit that you get ready to drop upon folk playing with you. It's called a strong delusion, Lord. But they would rather believe a lie than to believe the truth, Lord. Father, today I need that thing will help me to stand. I want to be able to stand, Lord. I want to be able to stand, having done all to withstand. I want to be able to stand, Lord. Lord God, against the wiles of the enemy, Lord. I want to be able to stand, but I know I can't stand without the whole armor, God. God, they're not going to be able to stand without that word, Lord. God, they're stayed at home. They done made excuses not to come to church. They done found fault in the preacher. They done found some reason, God, that they don't have to go to church no more. But they ain't got to cry out no more. God, they're giving their flesh, Lord, an opportunity to make it up. God, they're making provisions for the flesh, Lord. But I ain't gonna make no provision, Lord. I ain't gonna be seeing nothing ahead of time for my flesh. You know why? Because I'm gonna kill it, Lord. I'm gonna kill the future of this flesh, Lord. There ain't gonna be no provision, Lord, for this flesh. The flesh is dead. I'm gonna bring it on this altar. I'm gonna bring it to a preacher like Darryl, McCoy. God, they help me mortify the members on the face of this earth, Lord. Lord, we mortify the deeds of the flesh by the Spirit, Lord. God, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word, Lord. God, I'm going to kill the same before it killed me, Lord. I'm going to kill this flesh before it killed me, Lord. You better cry out to God, young lady. You better cry out to God, young man. You better cry out to God, preacher. You better cry out to God, preacher. You better cry out to God, prophetess. You better cry out to God, mama. You better cry out to God, daddy. You better cry out, young girl. You better cry out, young boy. Teenagers, you better call upon them. There's a demon going to make you kill. Look at these mothers. What can happen to these mothers? The closest love to God's love is a mother's love. What that jumped on these mothers that's making them kill their children. Oh, every day a mother's killing their babies. What's going on? What's happening? I told you, I'm taking my peace out there. The death angels ride by you. The death angels ride. You better cry out to God. You better call upon him with your whole heart. You better cry out. You better be the next person. You better kill your children or kill up all your grandbabies. Oh, you may be the next person. It ain't a black thing. It ain't a white thing. All races are killing. It's a demon in the land. Violence is coming. Spirits of suicide. Spirits of violence is coming to earth. And without God, you don't have no protection. You smart now. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Everything offends you. But you better get up under this word. And the only way you're going to get up under this word, you're going to have to crucify your flesh. He's in the flesh of the spirit. He's in the spirit of the flesh. They're contrary one to the other. So if you want the spirit, flesh got to die. If you want the flesh, you need to want the Holy Ghost. If those of you in here tonight is crying out for the Holy Ghost, you're automatically saying, I volunteer for you to kill my flesh. I volunteer for that word to slice this junk up, Lord. God, by nature, I'm a child of wrath, Lord. By nature, I'm shaping in iniquity. It is sin that my mother conceived me. You better cry, preacher. You better cry, woman. You better cry, man. You better get that spirit of pride. You're not smarter than God. That's why I'm trying to open you. I'm going to let the devil loose. That's why you can't sleep at night. That's why you can't prosper. That's why you don't have no protection. That's why all kind of accidents. You better cry to God. You better tell God, God, I need you, Lord. Confess your sin. He that regards iniquity in his heart shall not prosper. But if you confess your sin, you can walk in deliverance. He that regards iniquity, he that despises the law, your prayers is an abomination. Cry out, God. God, I want to prosper. I want to come out of this, Lord. I'm tired of being brought to a piece of bread. I'm tired that every time I look around, I'm losing this and losing that. I can't come out of a hole. God, please, let me sell out, Lord. Let me sell out, Lord. I'm praying a Solomon prayer. Give me your wisdom. Give me your anointing. Give me your Holy Ghost. Give me your power. Give me your glory. God, if I never have a house, I never own another car, don't let me lose you. Crowd, woman, crowd. I want peace of mind. I want peace of mind. Don't let the devil take my mind. Don't let the devil kill my children. Jesus, 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 Jesus. I dare you to call him. I dare you to call him. Jesus. Jesus. God doesn't even know how to pray for them. Folks say he's offended them. But your sheep know your voice. 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 And a stranger they're not going to follow. Your sheep got conviction. Your sheep got a cry. Your sheep cries. When my people would you call for my name, will humble themselves in prayer. Cry, cry, children. Cry. His eyes upon the righteous. And his ears are open to your cry. Cry behind the lofty one. And it inhabits eternity. He dwells among a people of a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart. Cry, cry. Your tears produces a chemical. And let God know. You let him know your emotion. Whether you're sad, whether you're mad, whether you need him. Call on him, call on him, call on him. Tell him today, God, I need you. Tell him today, God, I can't make it without you. Tell him today, God, I don't want to drop the ball. I don't want to mess up no more. Young boy, young man, cry out and tell him, get anger, get strife, get lust, get this pride, get insecurity. Oh God, get this lust, Lord, get these demons, get this little young homosexual spirit, get this little lesbian demon that's floating in the air, that's grabbing our sons and our daughters. Get it, God. God, don't let the real church go. Make folk think it's all right. Or die and go to hell. It's an abomination, Lord. It's an abomination, Lord. It's the abominable. I'm going to be cast into the lake. God, please help my family. Help my sons. Help my daughters. Help my grandbabies. Help the preachers. Help their wives. Crowd, crowd, crowd. Crowd, crowd. If you don't pray now, you're going to pray in hell. If you don't pray now, I'm going to make America scream. 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 This nation don't want to cry. I'm going to make them scream. They're going to scream for their children. They're going to scream for their health. They're going to scream for their safety. They're going to scream across the things that are going to come upon America. They're going to scream for the pain. They're going to scream for the demons. They're going to scream. If you don't pray, you're going to scream. Crowd. It's sad when you get offended in a prayer. It's sad when a prayer offends you. It's sad when a prayer offends you. Jesus, help me. Please, God, don't let me preach it. God, I went through something yesterday. God, I know you told me I'm going to go try. But after I come out of this one, you say, I shall receive the prize. God, let me come out, Lord, to get the prize. God, don't let me drop the ball, Jesus. Let me get the prize. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Father in heaven. Oh, God, you don't find them crying no more. Everybody's proud. The gays are proud. Sinners are proud. Preachers are proud. The Bible said they won't even blush. They were not at all ashamed of their abominations. They were not ashamed of it. They were not ashamed of Jesus. People are bold, Jesus. They bold, Jesus. Oh God, I want to be able to stand. I want to be able to stand. I want to be able to stand in your holy mountain. I want to be able to stand in the holy place. But I can't without clean hands. I can't if I'm flipping in and flipping out, Lord. I can't if I'm changing all the time. Father in heaven, I'm asking you for a miracle. Bless your people today. In the mighty name of Jesus. Sweet, come on, just lift them hands. Tell him, God, I need you, Lord, I need you, Lord, I need you. I need you, Jesus. I don't care where you're at in this church today, you better cry out to God because you can't see what done crept in your life.